guys, we got this great clip from one of our long content videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Enjoy.
So a couple of ideas of deal structure. When we came to the island, we had already been partnering with people in the States who had some money, and we knew that our efforts were going to be very valuable. I say all the time that money's not usually the most important. I actually say it like this. Money's never the most important part of a real estate transaction. The ability to find a great deal, the ability to renovate it up to its highest and best use, and to get deals done and keep money flowing. So basically you, the real estate investor, generally you're the most important part of the deal. So when we came to the island of Puerto Rico, had a handful of people that had some money and we knew would follow us and would invest in our ventures. The deal structure that we had was super simple, right? So we've used this deal structure in Florida, we've used this deal structure in Puerto Rico, and basically the way the deal structure works is the person who puts up the money gets half of the deal because their money is valuable, and the person who finds the deal and does all of the work gets half of the deal. Now, those deal structures can become more complicated when you bring in other partners and different people are bringing different portions of the back end of the transaction, right? So we got, let's say, a realtor who finds a great deal and puts up his commission at a few $1,000s. And then you have me, the value add real estate investor, who comes in with the highest and best use idea, and a partner who's got most of the money. Now we've got to fit in all of those characters. And so the deal structure gets more complicated, but the general terms are the same, right? Like, so if you're on the money side, you're on the money side. So if you're that realtor and you've got a commission and $10,000, then, say your $13,000, $14,000 goes in on the money side, it gets its portion of half of the deal. And that same realtor is going to be on the side of doing the value add or doing all of the work, then they're going to share in that portion as well. And then you just have to figure out how you deservingly divide up the pie. So the strategy coming to Puerto Rico, we came with 3 business models in mind. We were going to buy inexpensive houses, fix them up and sell them retail. We were going to buy small multifamily houses, fix them up and rent them. And we were going to buy, we thought, some properties from the bank that we could just wholesale altogether and wouldn't have to do much work at all. So when we got to the island of Puerto Rico, what we found was a massive amount of bank-owned properties and a massive amount of distress. So it was like a dream come true. We also found an economy that was not in good shape, and there was a storm that had just taken away a whole bunch of houses. So there was a huge need for the kind of investing that we were going to do. And we knew that if we fixed it, there would be a line of buyers there, because you can't buy with an FHA loan a house that doesn't have doors and windows and power and running water. But I could buy it with cash and then cause it to have running water, power, doors and windows that worked, and pass the FHA inspection, and then sell it to the person who wanted to live there. And so that was a great way for us to come to the island and start doing business. And that business model worked really, really well. Over the course of a year or so, we started to learn about different ways that the island would reward you for doing different types of investments. So we heard about this thing called Act 74, which was for tourism. And I started telling people that I was a hotelier from Florida. And the truth was, I had bought and sold a hotel one time. I was not a hotelier, but I was speaking this stuff into existence. I literally can point to a time where I was like, hey guys, I'm a hotelier. And my friends are like, what are you talking about? I'm a hotelier. I'm gonna buy hotels now. I'm gonna be in the hotel business. And just started spinning that story, telling people what I was gonna do. And lo and behold, it became true. And the reason that we changed to that was because of 30 or 40% tax credits, and the reward was there. So the deals were great anyways, but if you renovated the property and turned it into a small guest house with 7 rooms or more, you got these massive tax credits, and you got a whole bunch of other goodies. And we've got a lot of other content on that, Scott. So guys, you can check that out in the playlist. And we're going to put out a video very soon where we talk about selling our first ever tax credits and actually completing the process. So stay tuned for that. It's either harder to wholesale deals now because there's less bank-owned properties. So we're not able to find the distressed stuff on the housing level the way that we were when we first came to the island. I think that's part of it. The second part of it is that when we were first on the island, we were buying from the banks. And so we would get things under contract from the bank, and we would actually buy small bulks of property, and then we would just sell the pieces. we would close on them, and then we would sell the pieces at a wholesale level without ever touching them. Now, fast forward 6 years, the banks don't own that much real estate anymore. They've largely sold all of those foreclosures. There's some new stuff coming up, and we're identifying that, trying to go to the sale to buy at the courthouse steps. But the banks don't have a big group of REOs, so it makes wholesaling those properties more difficult. I believe that there's going to come a time very soon where Adon and I will be at the foreclosure sale, and we'll buy a foreclosure for say $40,000 or $50,000, and it'll be worth fixed up $150,000, and we'll just wholesale it on to the next guy for 65 grand. I think that day is coming, but it kind of has eluded us for the last few years.
Hey guys, thanks for watching that. Subscribe to our channel, watch this next, and then also check out the pinned content for more great content, guys. God bless.